everyone. Are you the one who is going to make situation of brain drain? Hello, I'm your host Paranita Padhe from grade 9 and you are watching Teresian Talk Show conducted by St. Teresa's School. I welcome you all with delight. We are virtually gathered to have a call-in discussion on the topic brain drain to work in India and abroad. Before enrolling to show, I would like to know Havneet's opinion on brain drain. Havneet, what do you think a brain drain is?
A brain drain is a slang term indicating subsistence immigration or migration from a developing country to a developed country for living a better standard of life. May I have Kajal's opinion on this?
Well, if you ask me, the brain drain is the process of migration where the young talented people move to the other country. This mainly happened with the developed country like India to the other developed country like US. If we talk about particular about the India, brain drain is of vital concern. India keeps losing citizens who have the talent and potential to change the economic condition in the country. What do you think, Aditya?
Yes, I agree with your words because the brain drain is defined as the migration of people from abroad in the search of better standard. For example, the brain drain problems refer to the situation when a country loses its best workers or skilled workers in developing countries such as India or Pakistan may be attracted by better rates of pay and working conditions in developed countries such as Britain, US and Japan. Now
I
I
must admit that you all explained it very nicely. Now, let's go into the show. Now, I would like to know Palak's opinion for.
As we know that India is a democratic country and all the state and center government are elected by the people of India by casting the vote, and all the decisions and processes run as per the Constitution of India. So I did not agree that the women will relocate overseas if they feel insecurity, because many fundamental rights and different constitutional government agencies are present in the state where the woman can file the complaint and can take the security for her life and assets by using her fundamental rights. A strong and transparent judiciary is also present in the country, which can help the woman to get the justice and security to.
Migration and economic growth have a negative and satisfactorily significant effect on unemployment, whereas the consumer price index and average wages have a positive but satisfactorily meaningless effect. The studies find that immigration affects low-wage workers the most. Research from University College London finds that the immigration of size of 1% of the UK-born population leads to 0.6% decline in the wages of 5% lowest paid workers to an increase in the wages of higher paid workers.
I know this is the biggest reason for brain drain. A country having a huge population where the people of employment are more, but the jobs are not enough. For example, we take India. India has population of 135 crore. Our country does not have the proper resources which can fulfill the needs of all the people. So, people move to another country to fulfill their needs and to live a better life, which results the loss of our skilled and intelligent people from our nation.
Brain drain. So, for making you understand this terminology, I have a great example for you all. I would like to compare brain drain to the potential of a river. Water keeps flowing in a river, but when a dam generates power, the same water comes and creates with a new energy in a new form. Similarly, Indians across the world possesses the same potential, but we need a mechanism to possess that energy and that potential to spread prosperity in India. In my opinion, brain drain is a matter of serious concern, and years of hearing that intellectual and educated youth move from India to abroad in search of better opportunities, better standards of living, and various other factors also. But along with this, we cannot forget the reverse of brain drain, that is the brain gain. Brain drain, in which the people move abroad, used to come back in India and used to apply those facts, understanding, knowledge in our country, so that which directly adds up to the GDP of our country.
What do you say, Nandika?
Can be pursued in two ways. Either the person can come back to their home country, or they can contribute their knowledge which they have gained from other countries for their country's welfare. These migrants can accumulate saving, or they can develop their skills for the countries so that they can help their country?
Yeah, it is a never ending discussion. Let's move on to the next question. If the GDC income is increasing, why brain drain is a major concern of our country natively? Do you want to say something?
Yes, I want to say that we know that per capita income or average income is increasing in India, but then also brain drain is a major problem for our country because the income is increasing, but the development of our country is not increasing that much. So the development should also increase with the per capita income in our country.
Do you want to say something?
Foreign companies invest in India. The basic idea of investing is that in India we have relatively low wages, and secondly there are special investment privileges. So I partially agree that economy has lack of money due to the which foreign money is being invested in India.
First of all, I'd like to ask that how many of us are familiar with the term brain drain? It sounds a little scary, but it's actually not that big a deal. Simply put, brain drain is the emigration of a set of a number of highly trained and skilled people to a different country. What do you think about brain drain, Manan?
Aditi, I actually think brain drain is not a good practice. I think the person who is belonging to one country remain in that country only and help in the progression of that country. The person should use his potential, his skills, enterprises and knowledge for the development of his country. I think that the youth power of the country is the best power of the country, and that youth power should help the country's progression culturally, economically and socially. What do you think about this, Yash? I want to know your opinion on this topic.
It was a truly great opinion and I somehow agree with both of you, but I have a totally different approach on this. According to me, brain drain is actually a form of brain deposit when channelized properly to convert it to brain gain, because the individual will further use the knowledge and money for the benefit of its own country. For an example, as we see, Mahatma Gandhi went abroad to study law, but after some years he came back and used the knowledge and money to pull India out from the clutches of slavery and to use it for the welfare of his people. It was the call inside him to serve for the nation that brought him back to India after a period of 21 years. There should be a same zeal in the youth of the country so that they could contribute in the growth in the country's economy. Now over to you, Pratham.
Oh, so then what's stopping us? Let's begin. One of the most commonly asked questions, that is, what is brain drain? Actually, brain drain is the movement of highly skilled and educated people to a country where they can work in better conditions and earn more money. As brain drain is also a slang term that is substantial emigration or migration of individuals. I would like to know, Tanishka Jain, what according to you is the reason for talented young generation to move abroad?
Internal or international migration can have a positive impact on young people by opening up new opportunities, a path to participate in higher education, a better and decent job, a chance to gain professional experience, or to pursue personal development by building self-confidence and allowing them to acquire skills.
Oh, and then what's your opinion, Sanskriti Sharma?
Several common causes precipitate brain drain on the geographical level, including political instability, poor quality of life, limited access to healthcare, and the shortage of economic opportunity. I think these factors promote young talented generation to move abroad.
Okay, further let's hand over this question to Harshita Paliwal, who is a student of 9th, for response that what do she think on their statement.
So, by looking to all opinions, we could say that the reason why the talented young ones move abroad is that they find more facilities as compared to their own country, like better working conditions, more opportunities, better economic prospects, higher education, good quality of life, better jobs, access to healthcare will not be limited, better research facilities, political stability, modern education system, and better chance of advancement. The most common thing that comes in the mind of young generation is that by going abroad, the life will become luxurious and peaceful with no problems.
Oh, it's well. Now, what do you think, Weber?
An employer serving notice isn't the only scenario in which you may need someone else to understand key process or how to operate a critical system. What if your office manager falls ill, leading you fall behind on accounts payable? Someone in your team should be able to step up and address the situation to keep your company from getting hit with late fees. If your business suddenly experiences rapid growth, you will need process in place allow you to transfer knowledge and continue to scale quickly.
Oh, nice, Weber. I got to know about the brain drain today.
Before we move on, Pratham, I am having one question rolling in my mind. What is your opinion on some people who say we would earn and return back to use money for the welfare of the country? What do you think? Can we answer the question?
I think that after 5-6 years, young generation returns back to use the money for the welfare of our country, and the money could be in different currencies like dollars, and it could be more useful as $1 equals 70 rupees. What is your opinion, Srishti?
Sanskriti, I think that they are wrong. They should work in their own country so that the country's per capita income, economic level, and development level increases. And if they're working in the other countries, that particular country's economic level, per capita income are increasing. So, this is what I think about this.
So, the bottom line is that some say that brain drain is a problem and a social threat to underdeveloped countries because the people that actually have the capabilities and the skills to get that country out of poverty are leaving. However, some argue that if there's no opportunity in that given country, they wouldn't be able to help anyway. And it makes more sense for these people to leave and seek opportunities outside and maybe come back one day with more experience.
Well, now I would like to hand over the show to Anshika Gupta.
Brain drain has always been the main agenda for policymakers as the loss of skilled people equates to slowdown in the economic growth. Although there are a lot of advantages and disadvantages of brain drain, but it can never be concluded. From the above topics, the conclusion we get is that for the balance and power for steady development of this world, it is very important to stop this phenomena of brain drain. This will help a particular country to use local skilled citizens for development, but to hold these skilled workers at their native places. It is also important for the country to provide them with enough work opportunities and living facilities. Can brain drain be called as a loss to country's economy in disguise, transforming from brain drain to brain gain? Is it the road not taken? It is up to you to decide, as every coin has two faces.
Yes, nice. I think it would be more clear. Till then, I being your host, taking leave for the day. Stay happy, stay safe. Thank you and have a nice day.